No more tiptoeing around the subject. Yes, I played Battlefield 1, yes, I have opinions on it, and yes, I'm gonna tell them to you. After the intro plays, and then a couple of shots play in succession, timed out to the music that I choose, whatever that is. Warning, everything I say about the game could change before the game officially comes out, but it's an alpha. The whole point of calling it an alpha is to explain to people in one simple word there might be some problems with it. But somehow they don't get that. I didn't actually get invited to the alpha, sad face, but Abstro was nice enough to let me play on his account, so I got in. And the first thing I saw in the chat was people bitching. Alpha testing is designed to find bugs and glitches and make tweaks to a game before it's let loose on the public. So if someone encounters something wrong, put it in the forums if you really care that much. Anyways, now that mini rant is done, Battlefield 1 has been a lot of fun. To me. And that's the message I want to start with. The little bit of Battlefield 1 I've gotten to play has been some of the best times I've had with a multiplayer shooter in recent years. Again, I've had a lot of fun. Everyone has different tastes, but I'm going to focus on one thing in this video: how does the game feel? It's easy to say what the fire rates of guns are and the effectiveness of one weapon versus another, but how it ultimately feels to the player is something you can only understand once you've played it, but still I'm going to try and get it across in this video. Let's start with the chart. First, my favorite Battlefield game, drumroll. Yes, I know it's a cliche answer, but Bad Company 2 is the Battlefield game I've had the most fun with. And next, let's put down the game I've had the least fun with. Keep in mind, I don't think this makes it a bad game, but I think others in the series have done the whole Battlefield thing better. Yeah, I know, a lot of people are gonna hate me for saying that, but remember, it's my opinion. If Battlefield 4 is your favorite game, enjoy it. I don't care. Who fucking cares what I say? But that's how I feel. So where does that put Battlefield 1 on this little chart thingy thing? Battlefield 1 falls right in between Bad Company 2 and Battlefield 4, and to me that's one hell of a sweet spot. I noticed right off the bat the feeling of the guns when moving and firing felt just like my baby Bad Company 2. I've honestly been trying to figure out how to put this for a while, but Bad Company 2 has a floaty feeling to it. Not in a bad way though. In Bad Company 2, guns were never super accurate at long range, and you had to get to close to medium range for them to be effective. That's what Battlefield 1 feels like to me. I enjoyed playing as the Assault class the most in the alpha, and these less accurate weapons for the Assault can clearly be seen when firing at anyone more than 30 feet away. The meta class is obviously more accurate with its DMR-like guns, but the point still stands there as well. So guns are less accurate compared to what? Battlefield 4. In Battlefield 4, guns feel like laser-guided, pinpoint accurate weapons from pretty much any distance. Example, Bad Company 2. Look at Battlefield 1. And look at Battlefield 4. Now, I don't know which type of shooting mechanics is more realistic, and I can tell you I don't really care, because I know which one is more fun to me. These weapon mechanics take some skill out of shooting, sure, but Battlefield 1 moves its skill level to other areas and provides a better balance overall. In Battlefield 4, assault rifles are super accurate and movement speed is slow, which leads to a lot of, ugh, I didn't even see him coming. Oh, come on, how did he hit me from that far away? Oh my god, go outside once in a while! But in Battlefield 1, assault rifles are only effective at close to medium range, and movement speeds are a lot faster compared to other Battlefield games. This leads to skilled play being more about movement and positioning compared to just accurate shooting. Similar design decisions can also be seen in Bad Company 2, the same Battlefield game a lot of people called their favorite game in the series. Is this movement speed realistic? Maybe not, but I made a whole video about that if you want to check it out. I would rather a game be well balanced and fun versus realistic and broken, and that's something Battlefield 1 did for me. I've avoided Conquest more and more in Battlefield 4 because it's frustrating running across an entire map to just die in 2 seconds from shit you couldn't even see. But in Battlefield 1, I enjoyed it beyond belief. It might just be because I was checking out a new game, but I really think it has to do with the game's mechanics and level design instead of just, ooh, look at the new shiny stuff. Having weapons less accurate and movement speed being a little bit faster means when I get flanked from behind, I have a chance to defend myself and get behind cover. Sure, a few shots have hit me and I'm a lot weaker, but I have a chance to reposition myself and try to fight back at least. This is what I was saying about Halo in another video. If you can live just an extra few seconds and get away, you have a chance to have a more engaging engagement, instead of, oh, there he goes. He's out of my line of sight. I guess he doesn't see me. Bang, 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 bang. That was fun. Also, speaking of Halo, Battlefield 1's melee combat has been changed to something a little more similar to Halo. I could go on a 20-minute rant about why knifing in Battlefield 4 is utterly pointless from every conceivable angle. I mean, why does it make sense to have a counter knife button? It doesn't. From a gameplay perspective, it adds absolutely nothing and actually takes away a chance to have interaction with other players. There is no way you miss a counter knife unless you are an actual potato, and I don't mean like the cute little kawaii, like kind of potato. I mean an actual fucking potato. And if someone sneaks up on you from behind, then what's the point? Melee is for last-ditch effort close quarters attacks, and if they didn't see you coming, then why the fuck don't you just shoot them? Who cares? Sure, the animation looks cool, and you know what? That's probably what happened. Someone at DICE made a bunch of cool-looking animations, and they didn't want to waste them, so they designed this entire stupid system around stupid mechanics that don't make any sense. I'm sorry, okay? I just really hate stupid things. Then why don't you hate yourself, Anthony? So in Battlefield 1, the melee system is kinda like Halo, and I think it works pretty well. You can swing your weapon normally to damage someone, but once they are damaged enough and the melee button is hit again, it will play out a takedown animation. Halo is filled with the same fire at someone as you approach and then hit the melee button to finish them off. It's not a perfect system, but it adds some skill and interaction to something that had none at all before. Both players have a chance to melee, and it comes down to whoever hits the button first. It also leaves you vulnerable to other enemies while the animation plays out, so you have to decide, is it the right time to use it or not? Sorry, I went on a bit of a rant, but I'm just so happy that melee combat isn't a broken piece of shit anymore. I'm so happy. I also mentioned level design as a reason I'm really enjoying the game, and that's because there is a clear difference from this design to Battlefield 4. Now, we have only seen one map, but I hope this carries over to the design of the others. But oh my god, look! Cover! Wow, what is this? Walls and buildings to hide behind? Things to actually move between as an infantry combat guy? Great! Battlefield 1's alpha map features so much cover between objectives that it feels like the map was actually designed. So many maps in Battlefield feel like they were designed with one thing in mind: vehicles, and that's it. Infantry be damned. Goldmud is the worst offender of this, a giant field with a few buildings here or there. Yeah, that's fun for anyone not in a tank, thanks DICE. Levels like this are where super accurate weapons at any distance suck the most. Players are forced to run through this open field with no cover, leaving them open to attack from literally all 360 degrees, even more if you count from the air. But having buildings to move between and walls to climb over, yes, you can climb walls now, allows the player to get from one objective to another without being 100% fucked. It also kind of fixes the old Battlefield problem of running forever between objectives. At least on this map, it gives you something to do. Moving in and out of buildings and climbing over walls at the very least keeps you engaged, even if you never run into an enemy. Now guys, listen, I've saved this point for last because it's the one most likely to piss off hardcore Battlefield players, but Battlefield 1 might not be made for hardcore gamers. Whoa! Hey! Ho! I'm not gonna do the whole, oh, stop typing that comment, hold on a second. Just listen. Just wait a second and listen. Battlefield 1 has been a lot of fun to me. And who is me? Who am I? I'm Anthony, nice to meet you. But I'm also not the world's most hardcore gamer. I've never been. Even when I had more free time in high school, I would always choose to play many different games instead of just focusing on one entirely. I would rather play many different genres of games and play something that I feel like that given day, depending on my mood, whatever. For that reason, I'm not a pro in any game. Maybe Dead or Alive, but other than that, I'm no pro. So when I see elements in Battlefield 1 designed to allow anyone to have fun, of course I'm happy. Shooting mechanics being a bit less accurate means I don't get picked off every 2 seconds by someone with way too much time on their hands. And faster movement speed means I can use the environment to my advantage instead of just pure aiming skill. Many of you will just say, you suck, get good, spelling is hard, but where's the sense of community in that? The game isn't dumbed down to the level of Battlefront for sure, but there are a few tweaks here and there in the game's mechanics that make deaths more fair. The sign of an unbalanced game is how many times you go, oh, come on, what the fuck? And in Battlefield 1, I've done very little of that so far. For the most part, when I die, I know what I did wrong. I was the reason I died, and not just something I could never see coming. Except for snipers, but that's the whole point of a sniper, so why would I be mad? All I'm saying is they've made a few tweaks and put the skill of the game in more places than just pure point and shoot. Getting rid of lock-on weapons has made tanks much more powerful, as they should be because they're fucking tanks, and to take them down requires precise aiming and proper positioning to ambush them as a team. Trust me, I've been in a few servers with the pro guys on the other team and gotten destroyed, so skilled players will still shine above the rest. But I was still having fun while getting destroyed, and that's what matters. A lot of these changes make Battlefield 1 feel more team-based, and is that not what Battlefield is supposed to be about? Call of Duty is about each player being their own tank, while Battlefield 1 is about players coming together to take tanks down. The point at the end of the day is having fun, because guys, it's just a video game. Nobody cares if you're the best player, what they care about is having a good time. And so far, Battlefield 1 is just that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this slightly different take on the whole, alpha impressions video, because everyone's talking about, I like this gun and I like that gun. I wanted to talk about how the game actually feels. Maybe I could go into more detail in like a gameplay video. Maybe I play a match and ramble on while I'm playing. Would you guys like to see that? Please let me know, because I know this isn't a gameplay channel, but it makes sense in Battlefield 1's alpha and that to like play and talk about things that I see. Anyways, also let me know what you guys think about Battlefield 1 if you've gotten to play it, or I'm sure you've seen enough people play it at this point because the entire Battlefield community's been saturated in Battlefield 1 alpha footage. Oh my god. But I wanted to get across how the game feels to me. Bad Company 2 is a good example. But anyways, guys, as I said, let me know what you're thinking about Battlefield 1, any new news that's come out. What do you guys think? Let me know if you think I'm an idiot because Battlefield 4 is the best game ever made. Sorry. Also, make sure you hit that like button if you want to support the show and subscribe to the channel if you're not. Also, check us out on Twitter because I've been posting shit on there for no reason. Facebook, I have that as well, and I post things there, but I've been posting random shit on Twitter, like a Pokemon I caught. I caught an Executor, and I was like, look at this stupid thing. Executors are doofy. They're doofy looking Pokemon. I haven't caught a Pikachu yet, but I want it.